I'm dead. All you. Nice try. Launch.
Yeah, I got it.
I just got sniped, bro. Stay alive.
I'll try. Bro.
It's all good. We got 4 kills. Let's go retail.
Yeah, go retail.
I want to see where they went. The one went black tops. I see one at black tops. One's at upgrade machine. One's at basketball court. He didn't hit me.
I'm chilling. I'm in.
I have a double dinked him. 72.
Nice. Mini RPG.
Okay.
Yeah. In the bar.
Hit him 36.
22 blue.
85 on height.
I'm pushing.
Push the 85.
No. Shit.
Nice. Good job.
I'm out.
I got you full.
80 crack.
Dead. Let's go. Launch pad. Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah, fine.
Play mid ground. On top of them. Okay. Do you have rockets or no? Go back. Stay ahead. We have a tarp, so let's take advantage of it. Break through here. I killed one.
33 crack.
Getting mats. I have some mats. Okay, I'm coming.
I'm dead.
Nice. Get those mats. I'm gonna tarp. Follow me.
I'm max.
I got a kill. There's kids underneath there.
Rin's on here.
I killed 2. RPG up. Killed one. Last one. Take high. He's in now. Let's go, man.
Go, man.
Bucky killed everyone, bro. Good shit.
Can we agree that even a high-level, top-tier game sense player with absolutely insane mechanics can be very restricted in reaching their full potential if they have a bad mentality? I myself have seen many cases of this in the Fortnite scene. So let's talk about how we can fix this.
Dead. Hold everything. Make sure everything's ours. Good shit.
Take traditional sports, for example. In that arena, mental conditioning is actually considered to be just as important as the regular training of the sport itself. Athletes who focus on training their minds play their best more consistently, experience a greater enjoyment, and increase their odds of victory. So why don't we hold our mentality to the same level of importance in the esports world? I think one of the fundamental ideas behind a great mentality is the balance of being self-confident yet humble at the same time. This idea is what creates a frame of mind where you have the self-confidence to perform without second-guessing things and at your best during tournaments. And having the humility to actually be willing to learn can go a long way as well. This may sound confusing at first. This isn't easy, right? Because how can you be so open and willing to take criticism and have your ego absolutely shattered, but also be one of the most confident people in the world? The thing that's worked for me the best is that I try to be confident during performance and be in a humble mindset during review and self-discussions of my own mistakes, where generally you want to be more open-minded and accepting. So when it's time to perform, you're sitting in the frame of mind that gives you the least self-doubt, the highest confidence, and the place in which you need to be to make all the right plays in a tense environment. And when it's time to review and learn, I try to switch to a more open-minded sense where I try to listen and take as much criticism as possible. It's actually super important to prepare your mental accordingly based on what you're about to do. It's why sometimes when you criticize a teammate out of the blue, they get offended. But if you preface it with, "So, can I offer some criticism here?" they're 10 times more receptive to it, because that prefacing statement is putting them in the right state of mind to put aside their ego and receive that advice openly. One of the biggest challenges to any gamer around the world is the ability to keep a cool head and not lose their mental, to not get angry. For me, one of the biggest things that gives me comfort is that just understanding that everything is my fault. Whatever happens in game, my fault. I die to a headshot sniper, my fault. When I don't place in a solo cash cup, which is blamed by the community multiple times to be an RNG fest, still my fault. Like, honestly guys, how long are we going to be able to do this? How is Benji Fishy able to place so consistently in cash cups despite all of these uncontrollable factors? Guys, when you get to that place in your mind when you realize everything is your fault, it's really hard to get angry at anything. If we look at the source of why we get angry, it's because we feel like we have no control. When you get headshot sniped, you feel like there was no counterplay. And honestly, maybe there is little you can do, and maybe the game would be more competitive without snipers or C4 in the meta. But why does no one think about the things that Benji Fishy does to avoid dying in these ways? Awareness, playing uncongested side of zone, choosing a more higher layer to avoid C4, having 360 vision on rotate so that you avoid the sniper before it happens. There's so many ways to minimize the effect of these items, regardless of how rage-inducing they can be. Guys, when you blame yourself instead of categorizing these things as BS, you feel in control. You feel like there's something that you can do, and there are things that you can do. And when you feel in control, you know you can change the outcome, and you don't have any reason to feel angry. You don't actually end up feeling angry and emotional, and you actually end up playing better. So try to get in this frame of mind.
And what can you do? It's in your control. So control what you can.
And guys, listen, this doesn't happen overnight. This takes time. Just like, you know, mechanics and 90s and game sense, just like anything else in the game, training these skills takes time. And mentality is no different. To train your mentality takes time. I don't have any of this stuff perfect. I still rage sometimes. I still have mentality issues sometimes. Don't expect to be perfect overnight. But definitely try to put an effort in developing your mentality to a better place, which is going to help you perform. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, a loss or a failure is probably one of the best opportunities to grow in whatever you're pursuing, even better than when you win. And guess what, guys, that failure is personalized for you. This failure is telling you what you lack, not what someone else's lack. This is your failure, you own this. It's quite literally giving you a roadmap to success. Yet people in this scene don't value it enough. As a matter of fact, people are afraid of it. I personally think people need to change their frame of mind and actually enjoy taking L's when they come, because this is a fast forward way to improve yourself if you do the right steps.
What does losing feel like to you?
It's exciting.
Why is it exciting?
Because it means you have different ways to get better. There's certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of, right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up, right? So it was exciting. I mean, it sucks to lose,
Right.
but at the same time, there are answers there.
After you assess why you failed, answers and ideas are gonna come up. Guys, why do you think VOD reviewing is so important and encouraged for improvement? The main point is that people need to change their entire frame of mind. Too many people are terrified of losing that they actually stray away from it. This is the exact reason why sometimes you see people going into cash cups, playing 3 games perfectly, throwing their 4th game, and then throwing the rest of their game so that they can go to their friends later and tell them that they didn't try, and so therefore they didn't actually lose because they didn't put in full effort or something like that. This doesn't make any sense to me. You don't realize how much you're actually hurting yourself by avoiding these experiences. Like what? You're worried about what your friends think of your loss? You're worried about that you messed up in your last tournament? Guys, stop overthinking how other people will judge you and start worrying about how you're going to avoid making the same mistakes that you do all the time. This is how you're going to get to that win that you wanted for so long. Let me end off with this. Don't take my word for it. I'm literally some guy on the internet that you've never talked to before. Let's use Astralis, the CSGO team.
Absolutely perfect in that position.
2-on-1 now. Edward finds Dupree. 5 seconds. All he has to do is stay alive. Shouldn't be time to plant here. He can't do it.
He went for the op instead. He wants to kill. What? Why is Cajun facing that? What in God's name is he doing?
You can see the look on his face. He's realized what he's done.
They were known to choke finals every single time. They did this for like 4 years in a row. Then they had enough. They recruited a sports psychologist and had their team work with her to help build their mentality and way of thinking. As soon as this happened, boom, major after major after major. They were winning events left and right.
One and Towns is there, and Astralis, they win the first major championship, 16-14 against Virtus.pro. Unbelievable.
If this isn't one of the most prime examples of the importance of mentality in your game, guys, it's time to start. Just like you practice your mechanics in creative, just like you practice your end games and scrims, it's time to focus on practicing your mentality, because hands down, this is what will make or break you in your game. Guys, if you have any questions for me about this topic, or discussions, or even disagreements, I encourage you to actually leave it in the comments, because I will get into the comments myself and respond to every single one. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next.
Booga, still alive, shots going down, can't connect with that one. One build left, the final moments of Fortnite World Cup.
Oh my gosh.
Bow down!
Surprise.
Bow down to Booga!
Doesn't even matter for players.
But ladies and gentlemen, there's no way anyone beats him! Your Fortnite World